Late one night, Emily sat alone in her grandmother's old house, the only sound the ticking of the antique clock in the corner. The house, long abandoned by the rest of the family, creaked and groaned as if it were alive, reacting to every gust of wind. She had come to stay for a week, hoping to clear out some of the clutter, but it was difficult to concentrate. The house felt wrong. She had heard the rumors growing up, stories about strange things happening in the house at night. People claimed they'd heard voices, footsteps when no one was there, and some said they'd seen shadows moving in the corners of their eyes. Emily, ever the skeptic, had dismissed it as nonsense. But tonight, her unease was growing. As the clock struck midnight, Emily heard it for the first time. A low whisper, barely audible, drifting from the walls. Emily, her heart skipped a beat. She froze, straining her ears. Nothing. She told herself it was the wind, or perhaps the house settling. But then, she heard it again, this time clearer, closer. Emily, help me. Her breath caught in her throat. She stood up, the hairs on the back of her neck prickling. The house seemed darker now, the shadows deeper. She moved toward the source of the sound, a wall near the staircase. She placed her hand on the wall, her fingers trembling. The whispering continued, faint but persistent, like something trapped inside, begging for release. Emily, Emily, in the dark, terrified, Emily stepped back. Her mind raced. What was happening? Could it be a prank? Was someone playing a cruel joke? The house fell silent again, but Emily couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her, lurking just out of sight. The whispering had stopped, but the air felt thick with an unnatural tension. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed through the house, making her jump. She spun around, her eyes wide, searching the room. From the corner of her vision, a shadow moved. It wasn't just the darkness, it was something alive. A figure, tall and distorted, standing just out of the reach of the light. Before Emily could react, the figure lunged forward, its face pale and twisted. It opened its mouth, and the same voice she had heard from the wall poured out. Help me, Emily, before it's too late. Her body froze in terror. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The shadow reached for her, its cold, clammy hands brushing against her skin. And then, with a final breath, Emily understood. This wasn't a ghost asking for help. It was the house itself, trapped, angry, and waiting for her to join it. As the shadow enveloped her, the whispers grew louder, swirling around her like a whirlwind. And then, just as suddenly as it had started, everything went silent. The next morning, the house was still. No one would ever hear from Emily again. But those who came to visit the house noticed something strange. When they placed their ear to the walls, they could hear it. A faint whisper, growing stronger each day. Help me, Emily. If you want more interesting story, please subscribe to my channel and like the video.